Hey everybody, welcome back, and if you're a fan of new Star Wars movies coming out for like forever, well, you're in luck. Okay, maybe not forever, but Disney has plans to carry the franchise well into the 2030s, and like I suspected before, it looks like this will not be the final trilogy. There will most likely be a fourth trilogy down the road. Now, the news that Disney has plans to continue the franchise well into the 2030s came out a few days ago, but most of the info in today's video will be coming from StarWarsNewsNet.com, who seem to have some more in-depth information about Disney's plans going forward. The article was posted by Grant Davis, and here's what a source told him about how Disney are handling the creative process. Quote, "The creative process regarding the status of Star Wars projects across multiple mediums is said to be rather fluid in nature. Most titles that are being talked about right now are simply concepts that don't have particular talent or crew in mind." End quote. Well, that's to be expected. They're tossing around ideas, and until they actually firmly decide which one they're going to go ahead with, they're not going to hire writers, directors, carpenters, etc. Of course, this is in regard to the anthology films. The saga films already seem to be locked down. Why haven't we heard about any upcoming movies beyond the Han Solo standalone film and episode 8 and 9? Well, it's because they don't want to reveal a specific movie until they're 100% sure it's getting made. This is why we haven't received a years in advance unveiling like Disney did with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's take another look at a quote. "Usually a bit of concept art and a rough outline of a concept is made prior to the actual pitch or outline. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy hears the pitch, which she subsequently discusses with the story group. If the idea is liked enough, then it makes the rounds with the people in Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company alike, and if everyone agrees on a good idea, then that's when development on a project officially begins. Just because an idea is officially in production doesn't mean that there's necessarily a ton of development behind it." End quote. Now that sounds a bit worrying to me. A lot of bureaucracy there. Say for instance, us fans somehow get Kathleen Kennedy's attention, and we appeal, for instance, that they make a Darth Bane movie about the rule of two, and the pitch is made to Disney, and Disney asks, who's the good guy here? And of course, the main character is definitely not a good guy. So they decide it's not economically viable for some reason. It won't work, and they get cold feet and shut the idea down. Of course, Disney can do whatever they want because they bought Lucasfilm for a lot of money. But how much leeway does Lucasfilm have? So let's take a look at what the article says when a pitch is shut down. Quote, "If the pitch is unsuccessful or the project is cancelled or relegated to another medium, then the work that's already been put into the concepts behind those works do not go to waste. Instead, they're sent off to other divisions of Lucasfilm for the purposes of redevelopment." End quote. Well, that's good to hear. It looks like most ideas will be used somehow, but you'll have to agree with me. Seeing one of your favorite characters on screen, or eventually in his own comic book series, is not quite the same thing. Kathleen Kennedy, Darth Bane movie, make it happen somehow. Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. The reason we haven't gotten any concrete news about a Kenobi movie is because they're waiting to see how Obi-Wan fits in the new trilogy before going ahead with his own standalone movie, and it will most likely be a singular standalone rather than a trilogy set in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. There are also rumors that the director of Rogue One, Gareth Edwards, may return and helm the Kenobi movie, but not before 2020. Remember the rumors about a Boba Fett movie? Well, they weren't just rumors. If everything had gone according to plan, it would have come out next year, but was swapped with the Han Solo movie due to Josh Trank, who was set to direct it, bombing fantastically with Fantastic Four, and being forced to drop the project by producer Simon Kinberg. Nevertheless, a Boba Fett movie is still in the works, and won't just focus on Fett, but rather on a group of bounty hunters on some sort of adventure. Another heist movie perhaps. It could definitely work out if they do it right. There's also a Star Wars movie in the works that's supposed to target a young adult audience, centered around romantic themes. I'll just skip that one. Hey, maybe it turns out great, but it sounds like that's a movie that's going to get a lot of backlash from the core audience. But what do I know? So those are 3 projects in the works beyond 2019 after episode 9 drops. Now Disney knows they might oversaturate the theaters with so many movies in a short period of time, so they're planning to also shift their focus over to television in the next few years and take a break between the end of this trilogy and the beginning of the 4th trilogy. Maybe Star Wars Underground finally gets made, or we do get a series based on the Knights of the Old Republic era. Fingers crossed for that one. That's it for today. I'll link to the article down in the description. Any specific film or character you would like to see? And are you happy that you'll be getting Star Wars content for like the rest of your life? Or do you think Disney might burn everyone out on too much of a good thing? Leave your thoughts down below, and as always, thanks for watching and supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, sub, share and all that good stuff, and until next time, see yas!